When the President asked you at Kennebunkport whether you and your family could take what would follow in the process, did you have any idea what you were going to have to, quote, take?
Size of his penis, the description of the movie Long Dong Silver, about the pubic hair in the Coke story, and describing giving pleasure to women with oral sex.
But within days after President Bush announced Thomas's nomination, liberal activist groups began the search for ammunition they hoped could defeat him. But Kropf said that his organization, which had played a pivotal role in the Bork fight, assigned 4 full-time staffers, several interns, and 4 other field organizers to anti-Thomas activities. Did you think you'd have to face scurrilous accusations like those, which you have refuted?
Senator, I expected it to be bad. And I expected the awful treatment throughout the process. I expected to be a sitting duck for the interest groups. I expected them to attempt to kill me. And yes, I even expected personally attempts on my life. That's just how much I expected. I did not expect this circus. I did not expect this charge against my name. I expected people to do anything, but not this. And if by going through this, another nominee in the future or another American won't have to go through it, then so be it. But I did not expect this treatment, and I did not expect to lose my name, my reputation, my integrity to do public service. Again, I did not ask to be nominated. I did not lobby for it. I did not beg for it. I did not aspire to it. I was perfectly happy on the U.S. Court of Appeal for the D.C. Circuit, which is a lifetime appointment. I did not expect to lose my life in the process.
And the groups, many feel, have taken over the process. And in the process, their ideology becomes more important than truth. It becomes more important than integrity. It becomes more important than ethics. It becomes more important than preserving people's reputations. It becomes more important than simple, basic decency.
Said throughout these hearings, the last 2.5 weeks have been a living hell. I think I've died 1,000 deaths. What it means is living on 1 hour a night sleep. It means losing 15 pounds in 2 weeks. It means being unable to eat, unable to drink, unable to think about anything but this, and wondering why and how. It means wanting to give up. It means losing the belief in our system, in this system and in this process. Losing a belief and a sense of fairness and honesty and decency. That's what it's meant to me. When I appeared before this committee for my real confirmation hearings, it was hard. I would have preferred it to be better. I would have preferred more members to vote for me. But I had a faith that at least the system was working in some fashion, though imperfectly. I don't think this is right. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong for the country. I think it's hurt me, and I think it's hurt the country. And yet I sit here accused, and I'll never be able to get my name back. I know it. The day I received the phone call on Saturday night, last Saturday night, about 7:30, and told that this was going to be in the press, I died. The person you knew, whether you voted for me or against me, died. My view is that that is an injustice. I don't think any American, whether that person is homeless, whether that person earns minimum wage or is unemployed, whether that person runs a corporation or small business, black, white, male, female, should have to go through this for any reason. The person who appeared here for the real confirmation hearings believed that it was okay to be nominated to the Supreme Court and have a tough confirmation hearing. This person, if asked by George Bush today, would he want to be nominated, would refuse flatly and would advise any friend of his to refuse. It's just not worth it.
Judge, you're here, though. Some people have been spreading the rumor that perhaps you're going to withdraw. What's Clarence Thomas going to do?
I'd rather die than withdraw. If they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me.
So you'd still like to serve on the Supreme Court?
I'd rather die than withdraw from the process. Not for the purpose of serving on the Supreme Court, but for the purpose of not being driven out of this process. I would not be scared. I don't like bullies. I've never run from bullies. I never cry uncle, and I'm not going to cry uncle today, whether I want to be on the Supreme Court or not.
Well, Judge, I hope next Tuesday you make it.
This is a circus. It's a national disgrace. It is a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deign to think for themselves. And it is a message that unless you kowtow to an old order, you will be lynched, destroyed, caricatured by a committee of the U.S. Senate rather than hung from a tree.